Fashion 2026 has officially arrived, and if your wardrobe is still stuck somewhere back in 2023, then let's be honest, it's time for a serious but fun conversation. The runways have spoken. Trend forecasters have done their job, and quite frankly, 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most interesting fashion years we've seen in a long time. There are voluminous silhouettes, body-hugging fits, and colors that make your heart beat just a little faster the moment you see them. This is a year that proudly celebrates diversity without apologizing for it. And chances are, before the season is over, we'll all quietly add a few more items to our carts and tell ourselves, oh well, the era of volume has officially begun. Bubble skirts float softly as if hovering on clouds. Balloon pants are so roomy they feel like they have their own microclimate. Architectural blouses feature shapes striking enough to belong in a contemporary art gallery. This is fashion saying goodbye, at least partially, to the era where everything had to be skin tight and welcoming silhouettes that allow us to breathe, sit, and eat comfortably. It sounds ordinary, but it's actually revolutionary. What makes the volume trend special is that it doesn't try too hard. Simply slip on a bubble hem skirt, and suddenly, the way you walk makes you feel like the main character striding through an airport, no explanation needed. There's movement, drama, and presence, but without exhaustion. That is the spirit of 2026. But wait, fashion isn't moving in just one direction. Alongside voluminous shapes, bodycon is making a powerful comeback, and this contrast is exactly what makes 2026 so exciting. One half of the fashion world is expanding outward, while the other is embracing curves closely. Bodycon dresses return with clean, sharp silhouettes that clearly celebrate the body. The difference lies in styling. Gone are the delicate stiletto heels. In their place are chunky boots and oversized blazers layered on top, creating an energy that feels elegant yet slightly dangerous in the best way. In 2026, you're allowed to own both a bubble skirt and a bodycon dress without choosing sides. Fashion this year acknowledges that we all contain multitudes, literally and figuratively. Cropped blazers are taking center stage. Blazers have been wardrobe staples for years, but in 2026, they've been trimmed down. Cropped blazers that hit at or just above the waist are everywhere. They're sharp yet comfortable, professional without being boring. Pair them with high-waisted trousers for an instantly polished look. Or throw one over a flowing dress to add structure. This is the kind of piece that makes people think you have your life together even when you absolutely don't. Dress first, confidence follows. Plaid enters its peak moment. Plaid isn't new, but 2026 is the year it truly explodes. No longer just an accent, it becomes the entire outfit head-to-toe plaid. Oversized plaid coats make statements before you even say a word. Beyond traditional plaid, patterns like gingham, Prince of Wales checks, and window pane are forecasted to grow significantly across both women's and men's fashion. It feels like the British countryside reimagined in a modern urban setting. If you've ever dreamed of owning a castle somewhere in Europe, wearing plaid this year is basically half the fantasy fulfilled. Voluminous skirts and tulle have their moment. When we talk about volume, skirts deserve special attention. Balloon skirts are everywhere, playful, lively, and surprisingly wearable. They give off a ballerina meets brunch vibe that's just romantic enough while still feeling practical. Tulle skirts are no longer reserved for ballet stages or wedding aisles. In 2026, they're styled with simple t-shirts and tailored blazers for everyday wear. Romantic, but not cheesy. Whimsical, but controlled. Ruffles and bubble hems even extend to trousers. Yes, bubble hem pants are real. And we're slowly coming to terms with that. Lace is everywhere. If lace ever made you hesitate before, 2026 is your wake-up call. Lace maxi skirts, satin pieces with lace trims, and intricate lace details on tops and dresses appear constantly. Lace adds texture and depth, making outfits feel intentional and thoughtfully styled. Most importantly, it has a very practical advantage. It looks expensive, even when it isn't. And who doesn't love that? Oversized knitwear remains undefeated. This trend has been quietly building for years, and 2026 keeps it going strong. Big, chunky, soft knit sweaters bring instant comfort the moment you put them on. Wear them with leggings for maximum ease, pair them with skirts and boots for effortless style, or layer them over slip dresses for a relaxed yet fashionable look. Oversized knits are rare in that almost everyone looks good in them and feels good wearing them. A trend that never feels tiring is a trend that stays. At this point, the picture of 2026 fashion becomes quite clear. Volume and body-hugging silhouettes coexist. Classic and bold moves side by side. And most importantly, fashion this year doesn't force anyone into a single identity. Knee-high boots are non-negotiable in 2026. If you don't own a pair yet, honestly, it's time to add them. Knee-high boots are everywhere from runways to street style. Classic black bold colors or warm neutrals, everything is welcome. Their strength lies in how effortlessly they elevate any outfit. Dresses, skirts, jeans, tailored trousers all work beautifully. They're wearable across seasons and occasions, and every time you put them on, your legs look a little longer, your silhouette a little sharper. This is the kind of investment piece that feels worth it every single wear. Denim enters its experimental phase. Denim never leaves fashion, but 2026 makes it far more interesting. Raw denim is gaining strong momentum on the runways, appearing far more frequently than in previous years. At the same time, styling choices that once felt questionable now suddenly make sense. Skirts layered over jeans create a look that feels both functional and edgy, a hybrid of structure and freedom. If you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, this outfit needs more denim, 2026 is fully on your side. Polka dots return with charm. Polka dots never completely disappear, but this year they're back in the spotlight. From tiny dots to bold, oversized ones, they appear most frequently on midi dresses and skirts. Larger polka dots in particular are forecasted to grow significantly in the spring-summer season. There's something inherently joyful about polka dots, retro yet modern, playful without being childish. They're the kind of print that makes people smile without even realizing why. Animal prints enter a new chapter. After many seasons dominated by leopard print, 2026 makes room for its relatives. Zebra stripes, cow print, snakeskin, and crocodile textures step into the spotlight, especially on dresses. These prints add bold character without feeling costume-like. Cow print, in particular, is forecasted to grow rapidly in women's fashion. If leopard print has started to feel a little too familiar, this is your invitation to explore something new. The 2026 color palette leans warm. Creamy yellows like vanilla and popcorn yellow are becoming the new neutrals. They appear on college-style sweaters, flowing dresses, and a wide range of garments. These tones are warm without being harsh, cheerful without being loud. They brighten the face, feel approachable, and effortlessly polished. Purple shines in every shade, from muted plum and soft berry to deep eggplant and vibrant purple. This color is steadily asserting its presence in both women's and men's fashion. Purple has depth, works across seasons, and elevates basic pieces with ease. If you've been avoiding purple because it felt intimidating, 2026 is the year to reconsider. Layering becomes more creative than ever. 2026 encourages experimentation. Stacked collars, satin turtlenecks peeking out from under shirts, bra tops layered over suits, carefully placed midriff exposure that feels modern rather than dated. The more unexpected the combination, the more on-trend it feels. And finally, the picture of 2026 comes into full focus. Volume and structure, softness and sharpness, classic and rebellious. Fashion next year doesn't force, doesn't judge. It offers suggestions, while the choice remains yours. Keep what resonates. Let go of what doesn't. Trends are invitations, not rules. If you find these reflections helpful, think of it as a casual coffee chat about clothes-sharing experiences, learning from each other, and enjoying fashion together, just like sisters do.